All right, the authentic answers. We are back. Joyce Mayer, 365 daily inspirations, quiet times with God, and today's title is We Are Friday the 13th. Big up the 13th, man. My favorite number. Friday the 13th, day 44, and the title is Healthy Expectations. It is only natural to have expectations of people and circumstances, but you should only be from God that we expect the very best. Any other expectation could lead us to disappointment and frustration. That is very true. And I'm definitely a victim of that, of having expectations of individuals and being disappointed and frustrated. Um, I think naturally, because of some people's titles, you're gonna have a certain expectation of them, and when you realize the expectation is not being, it's not met, it can definitely frustrate you. Um, but sometimes, the saying, no expectation, no disappointment, and sometimes you just gotta let people, you know, just let them do what they're doing, and just leave them to it. Because when you expect something of someone, it's more because you value them. I feel like you place them in a situation where you expect better. Do you get what I'm saying? Um, and sometimes people are in your life sometimes to let you down to make you stronger. This again. I keep saying the saying, but what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Um, but yeah, let's continue with this one, man. This is why it's important for us to re-examine our expectations, making sure that our expectations and hope are in God, not in a person, a job, a circumstance that could let us down. And that's true as well. I feel like when you take away your expectation of people and put it more into God, I guess it kind of can make the situation lighter. Um, but it's also like we see in the Bible, like family, friends, loved ones. You're meant to be united. You're meant to be there for each other. You're meant to help when you can, and when that doesn't happen, again, it's disappointing. And I think as well, when you're somebody that you know what you would do for that person, like my thing is, and again, this is for everyone. You can think about it. Everything that you do for someone, if you know that person won't do it back for you, maybe you need to stop doing what you're doing and, yeah, take a step back. Because if you know that you're willing to run 10 miles for someone and that person can't even run a mile for you, you're going to be frustrated. Naturally, we don't do things just for other people to do the same for us, but it's nice if you can't. Sometimes you need a you in your life. Like, if you ever have a problem and you know there's nobody that you can speak to, that is a problem. But if everybody comes to you to speak to you about their problems, you're just taking on a lot of people's situations and you're putting pressure onto yourself, and you might even have too much expectations on yourself to you don't want to let people down. And that's another thing, like never feel fearful of saying no to something that you can't commit to, because if people aren't fearful of letting you down, why should you feel the same way? I guess sometimes it's going against who you are as a person. You might be a helpful person, a loving person, somebody that always wants to help, but everybody has their limits, and that's the way you got to look at things. Everybody has their limits. Like say for example, you might have a situation where you've got a problem. You phone one of your friends or someone in your family, and before you even got to say what you wanted to say, they're already talking about something else because they're not actually listening to what you've got to say. And then you phone them because you have an expectation of them maybe to able to help you resolve the problem, or just sometimes just a listening ear. But some people just make it about themselves. Um, look at the next line. I'm not saying that you can never trust people, God often uses people in our lives. The key is to ask God in your quiet time for what you need and then trust Him to work out through whoever He chooses. When God is your source, you'll never end up disappointed. And sometimes God will even remove people from your life without you even really understanding it. But later on, you think, okay, these people are removed from your life so they can't disappoint you, so they can't frustrate you, because it changes your attitude towards life. Being let down by loved ones and people that are close to you, it can definitely put a different perspective on the world for you because you don't expect it. Do you get what I'm saying? I think having healthy expectations of people, it can definitely benefit because you you're not relying on them. You're not relying on that person or people to help, and you should only seek God's help, and God somehow will always come through for you, I believe. Today's thought: God may not give you exactly what you're expecting, but He definitely will give you what is best. Dig deeper into God's word, study Philippines 1:20, Romans 8:25. Cool. What are your thoughts, guys? Friday the 13th, day 44, healthy expectations. Let me know your thoughts, authentic answers. Peace.